Today, we'll join the rest of the world and build a chatbot. It will only take a few minutes, so let me show you. All we need is a NoCode-X workspace that is up and running, an OpenAI account, or any other LLM that you want to use. We should install the OpenAI plugin or any other plugin for that matter. We install the vanilla chatbot plugin and we will tweak some no-code magic. And voila, our chatbot is born, up and running, and ready to be utilized by anyone that is interested. So let me walk you through it. First, I will assume that you've already have a NoCodeX workspace up and running. If that's not the case, head over to up.nocodex.com and create one. It only takes about 5 minutes and it's completely free to start. Now, if you have your workspace open, head over to the hub, find OpenAI, the OpenAI Chat GPT integration, install it, and wait for the installation to complete. Then again, open up the hub, find the vanilla chatbot in the hub, hit install, and wait for the installation to complete. Now, first of all, we need to create a new piece of data containing the API token we use to communicate with ChatGPT or with OpenAI. So let's create a data object. Let's name it OpenAI config. Choose the data format as OpenAI config and copy paste your API token in the field API-token. Save it. Now you're ready to use the OpenAI API. And let's go ahead and check out the templates that come with the chatbot plugin just to understand it a little bit more. So open up templates and then click the plugin vanilla chatbot filter. And then you'll only see the templates that the vanilla chatbot installed in our application. So we see a few chat bubbles right here. Those are all versions of different bubbles that are either used to visualize queries by the sending party or by the receiving party. You can completely customize these bubbles any way you would like. For example, change the style or even create more bubbles containing more sophisticated stuff. So let's open up one of them. For example, the received text. As you can see, there is a small avatar here and a small place with a small piece of text with a text placeholder right here to visualize the text returned by the LLM. And then you also have a chat component, and the chat component is really the main component of the chat bot plugin, which contains the message input field and the button to send the message, and of course the vertical list that will contain all of the bubbles of the conversation. So let's test this one out. So by default, the chatbot plugin is programmed to answer with exactly the same message that you have sent it in 3 different ways. First of all, plain text. Second of all, it can return an image to you and a checked off action. So let's see what that actually does. So let's open up this page here in development. So yeah, this is a big page. Of course, I can resize it in any way I would want to resize it. Anything that fits my needs. So let's just send hey to the chat, and the chat will respond with hey. Voila! And now I have a hey back from the robot right here. I can also make the robot respond with an image. So if I just take image colon, and then the robot will respond with an image. Or if I do the same with action, and this is my action, for example, the robot will respond with another message with a small checkbox in place and call it this is my action. Just to demonstrate how you can have different types of responses from your chatbot as well. So let's dive into a little bit of the logic here to understand it a little bit more. So if I click on the send button and I click on actions, I can see all the actions that are attached to this send button and the actions that are executed when clicking this button. So that's the send chat message action. And let's see what is this thing does. So it has a default starting point, of course. And then the first thing that it does, it gets the value from the of the chat message from the input form. So that's really a get value of text field, which selects the component that is actually the input field in our form, and it puts it on the scope using the variable name chat underscore message right here. Then we do a check to check if chat message is null or is an empty string. And if that's not the case, then we add a send message to set chat messages list. We actually add the message to the list of all the messages that you've just sent to the LLM or to the robot. So that's actually what you see here on the right side of the screen, my little avatar with my message that I've sent. So that's the first step. That's the second step that's being taken. Then we add a typing message to the chat messages list. That's really the robot's avatar with a loading or a loader a GIF, animated GIF, just to make sure, or just to give the indication that the robot is typing. And then we do some magic here. I'll dive deeper into that in a second, but that's really fetching the response from the recipient, the robot answering the question. We also make sure that the chat messages scroll because it's in a scrolling list. So we make sure the scrolls down, so you don't have to scroll down yourself as a user. And we disable the send message because we want you to wait until the robot has finished responding until you ask your next question. And then, of course, we empty the chat message input field. So let's dive into how the responding of the robot actually works. This is really this is really calling another action from this action. But the thing is that this action actually we provide this action with a variable called chat message. So that's the message that we actually fetch from the input form right here using this block right here. We provide that value to that action that we execute, and we also set the mode of this action to asynchronous with front-end answer. That actually means that this action will be executed in an asynchronous way, and the front-end will wait for this action to complete, and then the front end will adjust itself based on the answer of this action. So let's dive in. Let's see what this really does. The action is called fetch answer. So, and the logic that is in fetch answer is, of course, we have our starting block again, and the thing is that the first thing that we do is wait. We wait for 5 seconds. That's just to give you an impression that a robot needs a little bit of time to think. Of course, this is in a real case scenario. This is completely useless, but this is just a way of showing off what this blueprint can do. We first of all remove the typing message from the chat messages list. So please keep in mind that this is being executed once the action is completely done. So the first thing that we do is actually remove the loader. So give the indication that the chatbot is not typing anymore. And then we have a branch right here where we check which response we should give. And here we check if the chat message starts with action colon of the chat message starts with image colon, and if any of those cases, we do the following. So first of all, we remove the action from the chat message. That's really a replace function that we actually do. So we replace action colon with nothing. And that's then our new chat message. And then we add a chat bubble of type received action to the message container. And in the case of image, we add a chat bubble of type received image. And of course, we pass along the chat message that we have stripped image colon off and stripped action off, so that this can be used to visualize the actual message that we have sent. In any other case, we just add a type, add a template to the message container of type chat bubble received text, and of course we also add the chat message as a variable, or we pass along the variable to this template, so it can be used to replace the placeholders within this template. Just to give you an idea, this placeholders, this is a variable text that is defined on this template, chat bubble received text. So if we open up chat bubble received text and we zoom in a little bit, we see the robot, and we see a small text part which contains a placeholder text. So every parameter that is defined on this template can be used as a placeholder within this template. And of course, the value will be replaced by, or the placeholder will be replaced by the actual value that we pass along right here. And then again, we make sure the chat messages scroll, and we also enable the chat message button again. So again, this is being executed. Once this action is completely done, then the front end starts to execute these front end actions, and it will make sure that the chat message button is enabled, and that the chat message input field is cleaned again. Now, of course, we don't want this demo situation right here. We want to talk to an actual LLM. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's call an action from the start right here. Let's drop it here in between those two blocks. Let us choose OpenAI create chat completion. And we can pass along some parameters here as well. We can also pass along the mode, but we don't have to do that. It will happen synchronously. This one, because we are in an asynchron execution already, so we don't have to make this asynchronously at this point. So we can pass along chat completion, and chat completion can exist out of a model. Let's just choose the GPT 3.5 Turbo model at this point in time, and let's add messages to this chat completion. So messages are an array, in fact. So we have the choice to add multiple messages, but just for this demo, I'll just keep it simple and add one message. So we can have a role, and typically this is user in the case, because the message that I will be sending is in fact a message that comes from the user. And then we have another attribute named content. And what I can do here is I can just put chat message as content in this message. So this is really my request to OpenAI. This will have a response. Let me just call it response for the moment. And let me just grab the status, and let's call it status as well. So what I can do here is I can remove this block here. I can remove the typing message. No, I won't remove that one, because in fact I want to have this. So of course, I also want to remove the typing message from my chat messages list, but I don't want this branch right here. So I'll have to delete some of those edges right here. and then I'll have to hook up all the logic that comes behind these blocks right here. So let me just hook up those, and then we'll run through it one last time. Hup. So first of all, we have a start. We execute our action, which is calling the OpenAI API. The OpenAI API gives us a response. And then with this response, we have to do something, of course. Now the response is always given in the form of an object, and this object, well, that's OpenAI specific, of course, but this object contains an array of choices. So what we can do is we get an item of an get an object from a list, because what I want to do is I want to get the first object in the list of choices. So so I can select it right here. So I have response.choices. I put in the index right here, and I can my response, for example, I can call it my response. And then what I want to do is I want to add a bubble to my messages list. So I use the add template component to vertical list block. And what I do here is I select the messages container. Then I select the simplest chat bubble I have is the received text. I don't have to pass along a code or a form group in this case. I can just use pass along the text, and this will be my response dot message dot content, which is actually the response or the place or the attribute used to that contains the response of the LLM of OpenAI, of course, or ChatGPT for that matter. So this is okay, I think. So yeah, let's try it out. So I'll reload my page, and let's just say hi to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT answers with hello. How can I assist you today? I'm seeing the typing is not being removed. Let's check what happened right here. Oh, it's here. Let's check. Oh, okay. I have to hook these two up. So let's try again. So voila, the loading is now being removed. So let's just add a little bit of a question. Let's just ask a question to ChatGPT right here. Tell me everything you know about Achilles. Voila. And then with a little bit of luck, will tell me everything he knows. Yeah. So Achilles is a legendary Greek, blah blah blah. So that's it right there. And the beauty of this is, of course, you can just adjust everything that you would like to adjust in this chatbot. For example, you can change the background color of the chat bubbles. Let's just change it to green for the moment. Um, tell me, tell me about green, and that's the loader, of course. And then I have the answer in a very flashy green. Of course, I can create other chat bubbles, and I can have some logic based on the response of another LLM. I can do all kinds of things. I can respond with videos, respond with forms, respond with a set of buttons that allows the user to make a choice in their journey, and so on and so on. So you really have complete freedom with this chatbot to do whatever you want to do, but you have a starting point that will get you up and running really quickly. And one of the cool things about NoCode-X is that everything that you build, again, with NoCode-X, you can easily embed in any application or web page that is built on web technology. So as long as it's an HTML, you can just embed this code and then you can use your chatbot in any application that you might already have or any application that you are building. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more, please follow us on YouTube, check out our LinkedIn page, and please try out the NoCode-X. It's completely free and it's really easy to get starting. See you.